Hi, my name is David Pereira, and I'm a junior here at the University of South Florida seeking a degree in international business with a concentration in finance. For my project today, I couldn't really find much data on stuff regarding to my major or stuff involving my career. I did a lot of research, but I couldn't really find like a lot of stuff on it. So I decided to go towards something that I really love, something that I have a passion for, and that's sharks. I've always loved them. I surfed my whole life, so the ocean's always been a big part of me. And so I decided to do something on sharks, my favorite animal, and mainly regarding to shark attacks and different places that are most frequent, times that it's more likely to happen, even though it's really rare to be attacked by one in the first place. Um, the rarity of being attacked or even killed by one, and also talk a little bit about the species that are most likely to attack someone. And yeah, that's where my data is mainly about. So I'm gonna start my presentation right now, and this is my Watson project 2. This is my dashboard. As you can see, the first one is the breakdown of species of everything from white sharks to bull sharks, tiger sharks, and how many how how many attacks were caused by certain different types of sharks. On my second one is the different countries where most attacks happened between 2015 and 2016. Well, my whole data is based on 2015 and 2016 data only. Um, my third analytics is the fatality of how many people were attacked and how many attacks were fatal and non-fatal. And then my last analytics is the time throughout the day where attacks were most frequently happen during the day. On my first one is attacks by different species of sharks. As you can see, the white shark has the most attacks out of all of them, and it's kind of not a surprise being that they're probably one of the biggest predators in the ocean today. Um, they are surrounding waters around Australia, the west coast of the United States. There's a very big abundance of them on the Pacific Ocean. And bull sharks, which is our close second, is not a surprise either because they're some of the most aggressive animals in the animal kingdom, and they are very. There's a lot of them, especially here in Florida. There's a lot of bull sharks, which causes a lot of attacks. Being a lot of Floridians love going to the beach during um, like the weekend or even every other day. So this analytics is a good. It's pretty important because it it gives us a view on like the different sharks that we should probably be watching out for. Um, Especially like if a place there's a very big abundance of this type of shark, how can we prevent being attacked by them in different ways that we can do to learn more about them and see what we can do to prevent being attacked by certain different species of them. On my second one, the countries where the most abundant attacks occur, and not surprisingly, the United States is the highest out of all of them, especially because Florida is considered the shark attack capital of the world. Being that our waters are so murky and warm, it attracts a lot of sharks from all over the world, mainly tiger sharks, bull sharks, spinner sharks. And Australia is a close second, especially because, well, they're surrounded by water. And gray whites are very popular there, and so are tiger sharks. And but yeah, I mean, attacks happen throughout the whole world. Anywhere that there's a body of water, you're most likely to um, for an attack to happen by a shark. This is very important because it helps us understand like if a country has a big abundance of attacks, how can state government help prevent these attacks? How can they change, like, better train lifeguards to know when and where, like, when to maybe close the beach down or how to help people? Um, and just have a better awareness if it's becoming a very big concern of a big attacks. Maybe local government can step in and try to help with different laws and different training for lifeguards and for people too, to be aware of if a place have a big thing with attacks. On my third analytics is time, which it's something that a lot of people don't really take notice, which is kind of funny because I mean sharks are around all the time, and this graph basically shows the times during the day where bigger likeliness of being attacked by one could happen. As you can see, um, between around 10 a.m. and 12, you can see that there's a big jump in attacks, and that's probably because that's usually the time when people are at the beach having a good time, or they're in the ocean fishing, spear fishing. I mean, that's one of the time that a lot of people would be around the water, so it wouldn't be a surprise that it's such a big spike of sharks. I mean, as you can see, in 2 years, around 13 attacks happened throughout just that one time. So that's not a really big, um, big, um, big surprise that there's a big attack during that time. And as you can see, usually throughout mid afternoon, you can also see there's a good amount of attacks during that time too. Probably because that's usually around the time that sharks tend to hunt. And so yeah, so it's usually the time the sharks hunt, and it would probably more likely you're going to see one if they're out there looking for food. You probably see that there's going to be a little more attacks during that time. This is very important, this analytic, mainly because it could help a lot of people like know like what times during the day they probably shouldn't be in the water or they should be in the water. Because like I said, this is only be within a 2 year span. So I mean, you probably years ago, like late afternoon, were probably the higher attack of sharks, or later in the morning. This is only within 2 periods, but having a time analytic like this one could really go a long way in showing people what times would not be the best times to be in the water, because attacks might actually be very um, attacks could be very likely to occur during certain times of the day. And lastly, my last analytics, which in my opinion is probably the most important one out of all of them in regards to people's knowledge and views on sharks, mainly because people tend to look at sharks as like a monster that's trying to eat us or kill us, and they're just this menacing creature that just haunts us. And in reality, that is not the case. Sharks are just doing what Mother Nature programmed them to do, and that's to be a wild animal. And as you can see from this analytics, there's only been 10 fatalities in 2 years, and only an average of 10 fatalities, an average of 193 attacks in total, and in only 2 year span. And that's actually pretty like small compared to how many people are at the beach every single day or every single year. Millions of people are at the beach, and only 193 attacks occurred. It's actually a pretty small number if you ask me. And fatalities is only 10 in 2 years on average. So to me, this shows that like people that are scared of going in the water because of sharks, that's not something that should be a concern, because you're most likely to probably get injured a certain other way than being injured by a shark. So to me, this analytics is very important, um, to show people that there's really nothing to be afraid of as long as you're responsible and you know what to do and what not to in the water to attract them, and to not be scared to go in the water, because the likeliness of you being attacked by one is so small that there really isn't much to be worried. And to me, from what I learned about Watson Analytics, I actually enjoyed using it. To be honest, I really did. It it's very advanced compared to a lot of other forms of ways of making like different visual like data. It's a lot better than like PowerPoint or Excel's data. It's just like you can just do so much stuff with Watson. you can combine different data and show it as a visual, and it's just so informative. It's such a good program to use. I really enjoyed it. It's something that I'm probably going to use, will want to use later on in my career when I go into my professional field and I want to go into my and want to use in my work field one day, because it's a very, very powerful tool to use in the workforce, and I hope it could help me in the long run. So this is my presentation. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you liked my knowledge on sharks, and maybe you probably will not have the same, if you do have them, the same views as everyone else. Maybe it might change a little bit and see that sharks aren't as bad as a lot of people will come to see them. They're a big part of our environment, and they are just animals trying to do their thing. So thank you so much for watching this.